James Chirillo. I play guitar with Jazz at Lincoln Center. When they need to add guitar, rhythm guitar in particular, they usually call me. I'm going to speak a little bit now about some of the great acoustic and electric guitar players that played rhythm that you should be checking out. Acoustically, we've all heard of Freddie Green, so put him at the top of your list. Playing in a big band, he's the guy that really has defined the style. His name is synonymous with the style. I can't tell you how many guitar parts I've seen thrown in front of me, shows, acts, jazz charts, you name it, and it says play in the style of Freddie Green or a la Freddie Green. Then we know what to do. His name defines the style. Alan Rouge, who played acoustic guitar with Benny Goodman's band, he's another one to check out. He played more three-note chords, but he was a great guitar player. George Van Eps, the originator of the 7-string guitar. Initially, he was playing 6-string acoustic. Later on, when he went to 7-string, it was more electric and solo finger-picking kind of styles, but you find some of his older recordings with some small groups in the 30s, in early 40s. You've got Dick Mcdonough. He died young, but he was on the scene in the 20s, and he passed away at 37, so he got some great duo recordings with another acoustic guitar player, Carl Kress. Both these guys were first call studio musicians. They played with everybody, doing everything. There's even a big band album that those two guys fronted. So you're hearing these two guitars doing these ridiculous arrangements with a band behind. It's great. And we'll give you a little history here. George Van Eps studied with Carl Kress. George's father was Fred Van Eps, a virtuoso banjo player. Carl Kress played a 6-string guitar, but he came out of banjo, so he played with a very unorthodox tuning. And he had his lowest string, his 6th string was not an E like yours and mine, it was a B flat below that. So he had a B flat only 1/2 step away from like a bass player's A string. And his guitar was tuned like a B flat 6 chord. So he had that low B flat down there, and his guitar was tuned so he could play these big fat rhythm voicings. Dick Mcdonough played a regular 6-string. Duets they did together were great if you could find them, and I'm sure those are out there. George Van Eps studied with Carl. He loved hearing the sound of those low notes down there. He went home, he said, I'm going to change my tuning to Carl Kress, and his dad wouldn't let him. He says, you're going to learn to play guitar, you got to play guitar the right way. But that got George Van Eps into thinking, how can I get those sounds down there a lot lower and fill out the sound of my guitar? So he had Gretsch make him that 7-string guitar with that low A string, and the rest is history. Carl Kress, Dick Mcdonough. Eddie Lang, who played with, he was Bing Crosby's accompanist. There's some great film clips of him out there, too. You probably can find some of his things on YouTube. He also played, of course, with the Paul Whiteman Orchestra, and some great duets with him and Joe Venuti. He was a virtuoso guitar player, great guitar player, Eddie Lang. That should get you started. Electric guys that play good rhythm, think of Barney Kessel and Herb Ellis, both of whom played with the Oscar Peterson trio and quartet. Some of the things they did with Oscar are great. Sometimes Herb can be hard to hear because, you turn this thing down, that's as it should be. He's blending under the piano with the bass. Oscar Moore, I really love Oscar with Nat Cole. Nat was a great piano player, and he first got started as a, piano player with his trio. Then he started singing and really got to be known as a great singer. But Oscar Moore was a great guitar player. Boy, what he did with the Nat Cole trio, check those things out. Irving Ashby also, after Oscar left, Irving Ashby played with Nat Cole. Check those things out. Jim Hall plays great rhythm. You certainly can hear him on those duets he did with Bill Evans doing that. That's not really quite the style that we're talking about playing behind a big band, but if you can pick up some of Jim Hall's rhythm, that's not a bad thing either. Listen to all those guys. That'll give you a good place to start, and happy playing.